Hi, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Okay,
Morning.
let's get started. So in our previous session, we have learned how to, design a card. So we have learned how to design a card. So in the card, we have added a block, that is a header block. In that header block, we added two components. One is icon, other one is account name. And then we have a text field and we have added 4 text fields. So this is a kind of blueprint we have did last time. So now we will be adding some CSS and adding the data. We will be adding the data what we have loaded previously in our previous sessions. So let's go back to the Omni Studio. Go to App Launcher and click on Omni Studio application. So whatever we have left with last time, so it will open us from the same. Please let me know once you open the Team Master account card.
I've opened it.
Yeah, open.
Okay. Team Master account. Okay, yeah. So this is what we have built our account, Team Master account. So let's work on it. Okay. So first thing, let's configure the icon. Let's configure the icon. So how we will implement the icon? Okay. So whatever the icon, so here we are using the Lightning theme. So whatever the icons we will refer. So we refer this icons to with the Lightning design system. We have all the, whatever the in Lightning design system. So here we have something called icons. So we are using these icons. So we have the icons like action, custom, doc type, stand icons. Okay. So we will be using these icons. Getting all this icon list. So how we are going to use this icon here there, let's see. So if you just click on this icon header, click on the head icon. Once you click on this icon element, then you will see the icon properties, right? You will see the icon properties. So the icon properties, just give the element name icon, remove everything, just keep like a just icon. And here we have to select the Salesforce icon. So we have to select Salesforce SVG. Salesforce SVG. In the properties, select the element name as icon and type Salesforce SVG and what icon you are using. So here we have lookup to that icons. So click on this icon, and so these are the icons. You have to just pick this icon. Okay, and also we can search if you are searching for any specific, let's say in small letters, if you type company, right? So this is the icon what I want. For account card, we need a company icon. Search for company in all small letters, and just select the type, select that icon. So it is under utility colon company. Okay, so this is under utility under utility colon company. The icon is available. Save. That's it. And size you can change to large. So whatever the extra class is there, you can remove the extra class. It is adding the additional CSS for that icon. We can remove. You see that currently the icon is not visible, right? So why? Because it is inverse. If you change to default, the icon will come here. Okay, the icon will come here. Default. So why we are saying inverse? We will change later. We will change the background so that the icon will come. Okay, the icon will display. So leave with the default inverse. So just remove the extra class. Let me know once you're done. So how we configure the icon? So we have to select the type as Salesforce SVG. So what type of SVG icon we're using? And the icon we have to select the company icon. Here we are using the company icon. So it is at the utility colon company. So how we pick? We look up to the icons, and we just search the company and we selected the company icon. That's it will come directly. Size change to large and remove the extra class. Remove the extra class. That's all for.
That's done.
Okay. Now let's select the next text property in the same account header. Select the text property. Text property. Now we are configuring the text element. So on the header, what information we display? What we are displaying? We are displaying the account name. We are displaying what? Account name. So let's configure the account name. So first you go to that. Once you click on the text element, you see the properties. Now we have to configure these properties. So remove here you see something called edit me. Remove this edit me. Remove this edit me. Remove the edit me. And from the fields, click on account name. From the drop down, You see the fields from the same property, you see the drop down field. So what you want to display? I want to display account name. I want to display account name. So from the field list, select account name as a merge field. You see all the syntax in the merge field. So in the card, what is the syntax? Merge syntax. Just open and close floor basis. That's it. In the open and close parenthesis, we type a name of the element. Sorry, the JSON node name. That is a field here. So account name. Okay, now please select this account name. Select the account name. You see the style tab, right? So click on the style and go to headers. If I want to display as a heading, right? So I can display, like, you can select the headers large, small, or medium. So we'll select here headers. So go to styles, in the styles header, and click on heading large. Now it is displaying in like heading. So you are displaying this account name as a head. Okay. So done.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you see the two dots here, right? So select this two dots, means more. You have more options in the properties, text properties. Okay. So here we are going to the background we are going to change. Okay. So we are going to change the text color to white. So this is a text color and this is a background color. So don't change the background color, just change the text color to white. And you see the account name will not display here because the background is white and the text also white. So what happened? You will not see the heading, the account name. No problem. Once we change the background color, if we change the background color to something else, the icon and account name both will display. So to display both icon and account name, the icon header we have to change the background color. So that we'll do later. And here also you will not see the account name. Don't worry. Once you select that, so once you select, you will see the account name. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So now let's populate the others. Let's populate the quickly other elements. So here again another text element. So here we will display the primary contact. What else we have? So we have primary contact, phone, website, postal code. Okay, let's display all. So let's first display. So here we will display a label also. So let's give the label primary. Just you can type it primary contact. Primary contact, and you have to click enter. What it will do is it will add the second div. Okay, it's a HTML rich text editor, right? It's like a HTML block. In the first div, you have added the label. Once you click enter, okay, after primary contact, if you click enter, it will add the second div. In the second div, you have to in the second div, you have to go to fields and pick the account pri contact. So that's way you added the label and field value in the field. Okay. Now go to the primary contact. select the primary contact. Let's change the style. Select the primary contact, change the style. Here you can go to body and say uppercase. So just I want to make it as like primary contact. The label I want to give as a primary contact, all in uppercase. So go to style, body, and select uppercase.
Done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now select account primary contact. So what else we can do? Like how we what we can do here? So in the properties, we are changing the where we are adding the merge data from the already loaded contact. In the style, we are able to change the headers. Like okay, if you want to make it as a header, or you want to, you can see regular, small title or uppercase. Right? These are the information we have, and we can change the colors. Okay. Also, I want to change the font sizes. Okay. So here you can select 12 pt. Okay. So select it as 12 pt. Select as 12 pt.
Asif, I didn't follow that part. Can you just show that one more time?
Which one? The
Yeah, account try contact, what you just did.
okay. Go to, you see the more option, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Or click on the more option,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
and you have to go to font size
Okay.
and select 12 pt here.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. So we have selected as a 12 so size as a 12 pt. Okay. Now the first primary the label. Okay. So here it is showing in a pixel. Let's change to 10 pt. So label 10 pt and the size account primary contact 12 pt. Label 10 pt and value 12 pt. Now let's do the same for the other text fields. Okay, done. So account primary contact we have changed to 12 pt and label we have changed to 10 pt. Okay, so it should display like this. Done,
Done.
everyone?
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's display phone, website, and phone. Do the same, repeat the same thing what we have done for primary contact. Repeat the same thing for the other three text fields. One we are showing to phone, website, and account postal code. Okay, phone. Now let's use a phone like label first. Let's add label phone, and we are changing the same thing. Okay, phone, style, body, uppercase, enter. You will get a one more div. Select the phone from the drop down and label. Go to more. Select as 10 pt and account phone. Account phone. Select as 12 pt. So I think I just need to make sure again I'm adding app on phone. Okay. So same thing repeat for the another field, website. Website, body, case. Here field we will add website. So all the same thing we are doing for everything. For phone also, its label will be 12 pt and value will be 12. Label will be 10 pt and value will be 12 pt. Same thing we did for website, and we are changing the body style, body, and uppercase. So last is postal code. Postal code. Select body uppercase field postal code and the size 12 pt. Postal code 10 pt. Yeah. So we are populate the data for all the fields. Okay. So let me know once you're done with this card.
Yeah. Done.
Yeah, I completed.
Okay, great. Now we left with menu, right? We left with the menu. We populate the data for all, but we left with the menu. Okay. So here, what is a menu? For this account card, we are adding the actions in the menu. We're adding the actions in the menu. Okay. So we will be adding the actions here. So before we adding the actions, we have to configure, like we can customize this icon. Okay. And how we want to place this icon and where we want to place the options, everything we can configure. Okay, everything we can configure. So we'll go to the element name. So element name we just give as a menu, the element name. So click on the element, the menu element, and we see the menu properties. Menu properties. So it will contain the list of menu contains a list of actions. How we configure the menu element and how we add the properties. So far we have learned three properties. One is block, three elements. One is block element. Second is icon. Third is text element. So this is a fourth element which we are configuring. So far, which elements we worked on? Icon, block element, and text element. Right. So in the text elements, we have learned how to add the merge data, how to add the labels, how to change the font, right? How to format how to display the different format. That's what we have learned. Okay. So now menu, how to configure the menu element. In the menu, just give the element name as menu and label. You can give the label as a menu. Just give the menu as label, the same. And already we can see utility down. This is the down arrow, right? There's a down arrow, so let's leave the same down arrow. We want the same icon. If we want to change the icon, we can change the icon. So utility down arrow is a correct one, so you can leave that one as is. And the drop down position, you can select the drop down position whether it's a left or right. I'll select the drop down position should be the right side. Okay, drop down position, like what is meant by drop down position? Whatever the values it will you will see, okay, that should be in the down right side. Okay, so drop down size, so drop down size, like whatever the actions you want to show, so what size? Okay, so here you can going to use like small, x is small. Okay, and variant means the button, it's like menu, how we want to display menu. So menu variant, we have a brand text. Okay, descriptive. So here we have non-neutral brand, outline board brand. These are the buttons variant. When you define the lightning buttons, we have these neutral brand, outline brand. We have this, we can see here, buttons. So this is a neutral button. Okay. So here this is a brand, outline brand. This is a descriptive, success button, a destructive button. Okay. So normally this will be by default. So what we are doing, we are adding some this neutral. Okay, we can add any, like how, what type of menu will this menu option should display, like how you want to display. That is, you have to select here. That's what you have to select here. So you can select the neutral. Now once you select the neutral, you see the menu, and if you select the brand, it will be blue, right? If you select the destructive, it will be red. If you select the success, it will be green, right? So here we select as neutral. So icon position, so you can select icon position left or right. Yeah, the left, okay. The icon should be, we want the icon, the dropped down, utility arrow down icon, we want to show on the left only. And icon size also we can decide. Okay, well, let's go with the small. So previously it was access small. Now if you say small, you can see the size increased to small. Okay, so that's how we configure the our menu. So what we have done here, we change the element name, we change the label, we leave the icon as is, drop down position we change to right, drop down size we change to exit small, means whatever the value will be, it will come. Okay, the action, once I click on this menu, what values you want to show, what is the drop down size. Okay, that is, we have select to x small. Variant we select as neutral. Icon position, where you want to keep icon position, left or you can say right. So you can see the right means it will come like, okay, the drop down will be value will be, so drop down value is set as a left, right, so we select this icon position as left. Okay, and you can select x small, large, however you want to show the menu icon. That is icon size. Okay, it's clear everyone?
Yeah.
Okay, so now it's very important. So we configure the menu. Now once user click on this, what you want to add. So what actions you want to add. Okay. So here you can see add new action. So here we are going to add a new actions. So but before that, we have to understand what type of actions we have. What type of actions we have. Okay. Actions. So we have to talk about velocity actions. Now we call as Omni Studio Actions. Omni Studio Actions. Previously we used to call the Velocity Actions. Now we call as Omni Studio Actions. So what is, okay, Omni Studio Actions and Omni Script Actions. So the other type like navigation actions, navigation actions, flyout actions. Okay, there are different type of actions we have. So we'll configure the actions. So first let's focus on this first two, Omni Studio Actions and Omni Script Actions. How we are going to configure this Omni Studio Actions and Omni Script Actions. So what is Omni Studio Action? So Omni Studio Actions are predefined actions, custom and predefined actions. These are the custom actions and we have to predefine. We have to predefine actions. We have to predefine these actions. So where we predefine these actions? Where we predefine these actions? If I go to flex card, not flex card, I think it is not included. Okay, fine. Let me edit and add another item, that is Omni Studio Actions. Now, yeah, still we can, here it's still Velocity Actions. Okay. So here we can see Velocity Actions. So these Velocity Actions, first we have to configure the Velocity Actions here. We have to configure the Velocity Actions here. So once you configure the Velocity Actions here, okay, I can utilize this action anywhere in the system, wherever you want to use. Wherever you want to call an action, you can use this action. So you have to configure the actions in a separate tab called Velocity Actions. Under the Velocity Actions, we can create actions. So what this action can, it's just like filling the form, right? The action object. This is object velocity action double_c is the object name. So you have to fill this form. Like you have to give the name, like target URL parameter. What is the target URL means? So once I click on this button, if you want to navigate to any URL, we can specify the URL, or if you want to pass any parameters on which object it should execute, right? If you want to include any profile and whether it should be active, what label you want to display, right? If you want to add any model box, okay, state model, and if you want to display as a, where you want to display icon, you can specify an open URL in the current window or new window. Okay, so link type, this is important. Link type, okay. So once I click on this, what link you will provide and where you want to take. Like you can navigate to other console cards, document, layout, OmniScript, any other external community URLs. Okay, you can navigate. These are the link type. This is a link type. So once I click on this icon, once I select the option action, once I click on that action, where you want to take. So that is a link type and target URL is very important. If I select OmniScript here, I have to give the target URL as a OmniScript URL. OmniScript URL. So that is very important. So link type and target URL are very important. Okay, if I see the sample update primary contact, which is already configured, you see. So this is the OmniScript URL. This OmniScript URL, which is already configured. You see the link type as OmniScript, and you have selected the open URL in new tab. Open URL in new tab. And all the velocity action icons we can see here. So these are the velocity icons, not Salesforce SVG, these are velocity icons. So we can use, if I want to use, I have to specify this in, here, velocity icon. Okay. So that's how we have to configure this velocity action. Okay. So that is velocity. So we have to, this is a custom action, and we have to configure this action. It's a predefined. We have to configure this action. The advantage of this action is these actions are reusable actions. So once you configure, you can use this action any number of times. These are the reusable actions. If you feel that any action you want to reuse, so you can go with the reusable actions. You can go with the reusable actions. Okay. Next we have is OmniScript actions. So what is OmniScript action? OmniScript action. Anyway, from predefined action also you can in predefined action also you can launch OmniScript. In OmniScript action also you can launch OmniScript. So OmniScript is specific to the OmniScript. Only you can navigate to OmniScript. But here we have options to, like not only OmniScript, we have link. We can link to other community URL, other console cards if you want to launch, right? We have other options. Link and provide the target URL. Okay. So here, what is OmniScript action? If you want to, once user click on the button, if you want to launch a specific OmniScript, you can configure this OmniScript action. Okay. This is specific to OS OmniScript. Okay. So you no need any other like where you don't need to define the action any other place. If you are using the OmniScript action, you can directly, the advantage of using the OmniScript action is from the action button itself, you can configure the OmniScript action. If you configure the OmniScript action directly from the button click, okay, so that will invoke, we have to configure the OmniScript. We have to configure the direct OmniScript. Okay, what OmniScript you want to invoke. Okay, from the OmniScript action. You don't need to give the URL, nothing. Just directly configure the OmniScript. The advantage is you can directly configure the OmniScript, and the disadvantage of the OmniScript is every time you want to configure, wherever you want to use, you have to configure the complete action every time. This is not reusable. Omni Studio velocity actions are reusable. OmniScript actions are not reusable. You can directly link to, using advantages, you can directly link to OmniScript. You can directly link to OmniScript. So what is navigation actions or flyout action will configure later. So let's configure these two OmniScript actions and Omni Studio actions. Okay. So let's configure that. Okay, everyone go back to your card and menu. So you should be on the same property, menu properties. And do you see the link like add new action? So click on this add new actions. Click on the add new actions. The first important information. So what type of actions here? So what actions we have to we are configuring? So we have velocity actions, OmniScript actions, navigate, flyout, event, card. Okay, so these are the actions we have. So first let's configure the velocity action. That's Omni Studio action. Once I select the velocity action, you can see label, if everything is got read only, right? It's grayed out because the label, icon, everything it's picked from, pick from the velocity actions, okay, which you already using, okay, which you already configured. It will come from there. So here we have to select. So let's configure the first OmniScript action, then we configure the last action. Let's see the advantage of OmniScript action, then we understand like what we have not done in the OmniScript action. So we see the advantage of OmniScript action. So first let's select the action type as OmniScript. So here we have to give the label. So here we give the label as edit account. So the action what we are doing is edit account. And the icon, let's select the icon edit. So we are doing the edit. Click on this magnify icon. So the action icon is, we have to use new. Yeah, let's use the edit account, also new account same. So let's use this. Once you type new, you will see new underscore icon account. Select this. It's an action account. So what is the icon is new underscore account. Save. So that is the icon we are using. Okay, which OmniScript we want to invoke? Do we have OmniScripts? Have we configured, right? We have not touched the OmniScript yet. But which OmniScript we have to select? So for this, already velocity, what Salesforce Velocity have done already is, so what OmniScript we want to include here, it is already configured with only this active version. So we can select that active one. Okay, so here just type team, and if from the drop down you see a team/edit account English, the first one. Once you type team, the first one, team edit account English, select this one, the first one. Team edit account English. So this OmniScript we are invoking. Once I click on this action, we are invoking this OmniScript, team edit account English. Okay. So layout type we can leave with the layout type, we'll leave with the lightning. Console tab label we already added, so that is the same thing. And yeah, context ID. So here the context ID what we pass is, you can in the drop down you'll see whatever the data loaded onto the card, we can see all the nodes. So here we want to pass, so we have to pass the account ID context, so where it will the context ID you are passing the context ID, whatever the record ID we have in the card, the same record ID we are passing to OmniScript. As this is a which action? OmniScript action. So which account? If I click on edit account, which account should open? Which account should open for editing? The same account, right? How we can make sure the same account we open on the OmniScript? For that information only, we are passing the account ID. Clear, everyone?
Yeah.
The context ID, select the account ID. And open target URL, you can say new tab. Okay. And icon position, you can set to right, because we have set the left in the icon, menu icon, and here we are saying account position. So no, this is a drop down values. This is a drop down icon. Action, drop down icon action. Okay, so that's how we have to configure the action. Any questions here? Configuring the action. So what we are giving: action name, action label, action type, right? Action type, action label, icon, and which OmniScript you want to include if it is OmniScript, right? And you are passing the context ID, that is a record account ID, record ID. Okay. There, input parameters. So we are setting the open tab in new window. Okay, new tab in the icon position, right? Any questions here?
I don't have any.
Okay. So shall we move and add another action? So for that, we have to click save. We can see there is one action added, that is edit account action added already. How many actions you want to include? Once I click on this menu, how many actions you would like to add? Okay, so you can add all the actions. Okay, so here let's add a new action. Click on new add new action. And now the action type you can select velocity actions. So now you are not giving the label, the icon, which come from predefined actions. Already you should configure the action. So as object, you have to select on which object this action will execute. On account object. I want to execute the action on account object. And name is nothing but it's a lookup to your predefined actions, velocity actions. You can see when we move to the velocity actions, we have seen these three actions, right? We have seen these three actions: team update account, team update prior contact, sample update prior contact. Okay. So sample update prior contact is already configured. So we are working on the team. So let's select team update primary contact. In the drop down, just select team update primary contact. Once you select the team update primary contact, you see the label and icon already pre-populated from this action. The context ID is same. We need to pass the account ID. Okay. And the target URL, that is also coming from the action only. Target, so where you want to open that target, so that is also coming from the predefined actions, velocity actions. So icon position, same set as right. That's it. So action type must be velocity action. Label and icon will auto populate, and that's grayed out. Object, we need to execute the action on the account object, and action name, which is already, so here we have to select which action you want to execute, which action you want to execute. So that velocity action you have to select. So we selected team update primary contract from the drop down, and the context ID is must. Even for the velocity action, you have to pass it. So you are passing this account ID, context ID from card to action, and the same action will pass to OmniScript. Okay, and icon position you can set to right. Okay, clear everyone?
Yes.
So now we added two. Now we added two actions. Okay, so let's save and see how our. So we have configured our complete card, right? So let's see how it will display the preview. So to see the preview, you have to click the preview and see what is happening. If I click the preview, so it will update the lightning component with whatever the configuration we have done, and then the card will deploy. after deploy, we see the card on the UI. So today what we have done, we populated the data and actions. So please everyone click on preview and see. So click on the menu and you should see two options: edit account and new account icon, change contact. This is this change owner. Change contact is nothing but change owner. So it is kind of change owner icon. So which is coming from Vlocity actions, which is coming from Vlocity actions. So in the menu, we added a edit account and change contact. If you try to click edit account in preview mode, the actions will not work. Okay, in the preview mode, the actions will not work. So this is icon position. We set to right, right? Icon position we set to right. If you add left, it will come here. Okay. Have you seen the preview?
Yeah.
It's in the preview. Okay. Okay, so no worries here. The icon header is not displaying because the background and the text color is white. That's why it is not displaying. Right? That's why it is not displaying. But once we change the text color or background to something else, it will display. And the primary contact, so still it's not looks good. So what we do next is we add some style. We add some CSS. We add some style to this card, all the data, and menu should come here, the right side. The menu should come right side. Okay. So all these things we'll do tomorrow. Okay, so we'll complete the account card and we move to the next card tomorrow. Okay. So is it clear, everyone? So what we have learned, how to use the text, how to configure the icon element, how to configure the text element, how to configure the menu and actions. We have learned how to configure the menu and actions. So what are the type of actions we have? So for now, so far, just remember whatever we configure. So we have configured Velocity actions and Velocity actions, also known as Omni Studio actions and OmniScript actions. Omni Studio actions and OmniScript actions. Omni Studio actions are reusable action. We have to configure once and we can reusable many times. OmniScript actions, directly we invoke the OmniScript from the OmniScript action. That is advantage. And the disadvantage is you cannot reuse the OmniScript actions. Okay.